This thing bent. Normally on you guys' cars, this is probably not bent, but if you hit something, you probably bent it. So you want to make sure that this thing is sits straight, and this is pretty weak. You can tap with the hammer and it'll move all over the place. So I don't recommend hitting with the hammer like this. Get the bolt, you know, to the point where it's pretty, it's gonna ruin the threads. And then if you just tap on it, see how easy it's moving back. And you kind of look at this one and try to kind of gauge it to where it's straight this way, and looks like it's straight this way. Kind of, yeah, it looks pretty straight. If your wheel sits back an inch or two, it's probably from here. But luckily this thing wasn't completely twisted, so see, this bolt comes right back off, so we didn't ruin the threads. So let's hope that we didn't ruin this part. You can get this from us at sspparts.com. This one's in decent shape, pretty clean, no rust. A little scraped up here, but that's normal in most used parts. Usually, see, it almost wants to go in. We'll tap this. And you can see where the bolts wanting to line up. You can get that in there and just put the nut on there just so it doesn't come flying back out. And then we can try to get this guy pretty much straightened out. If you get a flat head or a screwdriver, you could put it in here, right in here, and kind of align the bolt hole. Looks like the bolt goes in this way from back here. And you put it in and you give it a light tap from one side, and what do you know? Look at that. It came back together. Now the other side's spinning, so I got to get another 17 to hold this side from spinning. Oh, nope, it's going. Oh, see, it's spinning again. So we grab a 17. You get this right here. Right here, you can push up and get that to pop in there. It's got a little tiny hole in here if you can see it. And then you got these castle nut, which goes on top. If you ruin this, the 14 right here, this thing does come out and you can replace the ball joint. But just putting this on hand tight for right now. You know, we'll go back through it all. I'm going to tighten this up first. This can come back off because you got the arm in there. You go ahead and put the bracket back. You know, I like to put everything on hand tight. So we're going to zap this in first. This is there. This is a 17, this is a 19. And if you can get this castle nut to be perfect to this bolt, there you go. You see that hole right there? Think through. Make sure that this thing is pretty straight. You kind of just have to get this puppy in. Oh, there you go. The reason why they put the cotter pin in is so this bolt doesn't come flying out and then you end up killing yourself. So make sure you put this back in. If anything, that's probably going to be the most important piece of equipment you want to make sure is back in the car. And then obviously you got to bend both sides so it doesn't come back out. So if the bolt gets loose, because it has a lot of play, it can't physically come out. Then you just bend them around the back. Doesn't have to be pretty, but just bend them enough to where it can't come out. And I'll secure that bolt from coming out. We tighten that, we tighten this. So I gotta tighten this, so I gotta get another 17. So one ratchet from this side, and then one to hold the bolt from this side. or else you'll be hearing a clunk, 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 clunk every time you hit a bump. So, lower control arm is changed. Now, we're gonna go ahead and replace the strut. Strut's obviously bent, you can see it. So I'm gonna bring the car down a little bit.